Hey everybody, Steve here, and I'm going to be putting together a series for you guys on your mindset, setting goals, and once we've accomplished that, then we're going to put a series together for how to put a plan together and make these goals come true. Um, One of the things that we really try to achieve is giving you great education. That's always my goal, and I want to go through exactly the things that we do like I often do in my presentations, and teach you and show you how we have success by taking the steps and making the plans and setting goals and doing all that kind of good stuff. And just so you can do exactly what I do, so you can go out and have that same kind of success as well. So we're going to, let me open this up here real quick. And, we are calling this first part of this is going to be setting yourself up to win in life. And that's what this is about. Not only winning in life as an investor, as a business person, but winning in life in your personal life as well. Just as important to do. And the exercises that we go through and that we're going to do in this little series, it gives you all that information. And you can actually put these things into play immediately and start making this stuff happen for you in your life. So let's get kind of started here. Mindset is something that is really, really important, but a lot of us have a hard time with. And so we really need to figure out, how to get our minds right and be able to do things. And mindset is nothing more than the ability to keep proper perspective at all times. But it's something that's really hard for us to do because most of the time, with everything out there, it's hard to sometimes keep a proper perspective of everything that's going on around us. So, we want to be able to do that. We've got to think about that, be conscious of that. And we're going to talk to that, work through that kind of stuff in this series as well. Um, you control your own destiny. All of us control our own destiny, even though oftentimes we don't necessarily realize that or think that. It's true. It's up to us to make things happen. We're not victims of circumstance. Like out there in today's world, a lot of people would make you think that you're a victim of your circumstance, but it's not that way. It's really not that way. We can change the way we think. We can change what we do. And that's what we need to be able to do. And that's what we should do. You have what you have because of what you know and what you think and the decisions that we've made over our lives. That's who we are. And we just need to accept that and know that if we want to change things for the better, we might need to change some of these beliefs and things like that. So mindset is something you really need to try and get a handle on and work on. It's not something that, that's easy to necessarily just go out there and have a great mindset all the time. We all have to work on that stuff all the time. And me included, I'm no different than anybody else. Mindset is something that I have to work on all the time. And I do it a variety of ways, which will, as we go through this whole series of workshops we're going to do, I'm going to explain a lot of the different things that I do because we're all human. That's just the way it is. So let's start working on our mindset. And as we go through all these different videos that I'm going to be doing, mindset will come up several times. And as I'm going through that, when mindset does come up, we'll have that conversation. So setting your goals, this is another area that a lot of people really have a hard time with. And I say that because people ask me about setting goals all the time. How do I set my goals? What do I do? And really, setting your goals is going to be a personal thing because it's about you. It's not about me. But here's some exercises and some things that you can do to help yourself set your goals. And these are things that we do. And every year we do these things. And first and foremost, we put our goals down on paper. And until I did this for myself personally, I was terrible at achieving any of my goals. Matter of fact, I never achieved my goals really because I didn't have them down on paper. It's not something I could see. And I really didn't have a thought process about a goal. But once I was taught to put them down on paper, it really started to give me clarity on what I needed to do. And then we were taught in the beginning this exercise that I'm going to share with you. And this is something that you can do right now. You don't have to wait. You can do it right now. But when we set our goals initially, and of course we change them now because we've been doing this stuff for quite some time. But initially, when we set our goals, we were in a class and we were taught to, we went out 5 years. And we got 5 years. I've got 5 years as my example because that's what I was taught. There's no, you know, genius thing to 5 years. If you want it to be 4, if you want it to be 10, doesn't matter. It's totally up to you. But go out 5 years, and in that 5 years, where do you think you want to be? This is the whole idea of this exercise is to put yourself down the road of what you want to have accomplished in 5 years. 5 years is far enough down the road to where it gives us something good to shoot for, but it's not so far down the road that it's hard for us to even imagine. 5 years is a very good time frame. So let's go 5 years down the road. And for whatever the things are that you want, as big and as great as they are, you want to be rich, you want to have houses, you want to have cars, boats, airplanes, it doesn't matter. It's 100% up to you. You put all these things down on paper and put them in order, put them in the order that you want them 5 years down the road. But once we do that, now we have to associate a cost with each one of those items because we can't just have them if we don't have money to buy them. So you've got to associate a cost with those goals. And, you know, it doesn't have to be exact numbers. We're not going to have exact numbers. Don't worry about it. The idea also with this exercise is to open your mind up. Set yourself a little bit free and don't give yourself limitations. Take those limitations away. This is about just thinking big because we've got to be able to think big to accomplish these goals. So the exercise works like this. We'll go down the road 5 years and we'll have all of these things listed out and the costs associated with it. So now that's year 5. Now we're going to go to year 4. And I want you to divide everything you've done in half as far as from a cost standpoint. Then as you go to year 3, divide it again into year 2, divide it again. We're going to divide down by 2 every time because we should be able to accomplish that. And especially if you're in real estate like I am, and a real estate investor, with the things that we can do in this business, we should be able to achieve these things over this period of time by doubling what we do every year. And this is a goal that we've set out for ourselves every year and accomplish. So as we get down to year 1, we've broken it down quite a bit, and we've, you know, that whatever that big number is at the end of what we need to be able to make to have these wonderful things, we've got it down to what do we have to do in a year. Well, then we take that year and we break it down to 6 months. Now that looks a little bit easier. Now we're going to take that 6 months and break it down in 3 months. What do we have to do in the first 3 months financially through real estate, through selling houses, by flipping them, by buying rental properties, through wholesaling properties, doing owner finance, whatever your method may be. Now you have a number to shoot for in the first 3 months. But then what you need to do now is break that down month by month. And the idea behind this exercise is to show you that you're breaking your goals down into bite-sized pieces, which is really the best way to do it. And this really does work. We have done it for years. And once you see that what that number is, you know, if you've got the $2 or $3 million you need in 5 years, and you start breaking it down like that and see that you may only need, you know, in that first month, you may need to make $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000. Well, in real estate, as an investor, it's pretty easy for us to make that much money in that amount of time. And so as we, you know, as the numbers get bigger, it gets a little bit harder, but you see how easy and attainable that goal is by breaking it down like that. And like I say, this is something that's worked for me and Susan for many, many years. And we do it every year. We change our goals every year. Now we do it a little bit different because we've been doing this a long time. So our goals change a little bit differently than this at this point. But until we got to year 5, this is exactly how we did it every single year. And then when you get to end of year 1 and see where you need to be in year 2, you might need to make some adjustments. That's okay. It's okay to make adjustments. Hopefully you're making adjustments because you're surpassing where you thought you would be. That would be fantastic. So Mindset and goals. These are some very good things to think about. These are two very good exercises. Uh, the goals exercise, the mindset stuff we talked about. This is going to be our first video for this series. So I want you to, I hope you took notes on this. If not, go back and watch it again. And do this exercise. This will really help you. And, we want to set you up for success. We want to set you up to have a winning life. And not only do you need to do that with your finances and with business, but you can also change this up a little bit and do this for your personal life. You might not need to put a dollar amount with your personal life, but you can still put time frames and different things in there. And super, super good exercise. So, if you like this, if you got something out of this, please give me some thumbs up. I want to hear your comments. So get out there, get involved. And guys, I look forward to seeing you on the next video. And we're going to be we're going to go through this whole series. It's going to be a great thing. I look forward to it. Bye.